Paw'dCats Sports.
Hey, yo, Cats fans! Welcome back to the Paw'dCats Sports Podcast, where Purple Pride meets pregame hype. We are the fiercest voice in the Flint Hills. I'm your host, Al Wildcat, and today we're locking in for a homecoming showdown at Bill Snyder Family Stadium as the Kansas State Wildcats take on the TCU Horned Frogs. It's Saturday, October 11th. And kickoff is set for 2:30 p.m. Central Time. Mark it down.
Wildcat Nation. Let's check in on the weather. Al the Wildcat. It's Benny the Wildcat here, and we are breaking down the weather for the TCU 2:30 kickoff on the FOX on Saturday, or should we say Catterday. Expect classic fall football vibes in the Little Apple. Partly sunny skies. Temps in the mid-60s. Wow, I would love the mid-60s. And just enough breeze to keep these flags flying. Perfect conditions. I don't know what that means. For a fierce battle on the turf between the Frogs and the Kitties. Trash Can University is what that stands for, that acronym, TCU.
Yep.
Big dump.
If you're watching from home, flip to Fox for full coverage starting at kickoff 2:30. Prefer the roar of the radio? Tune in to the K-State Sports Network. Wyatt Thompson and Stan Weber will have the call, bringing you every snap, shout, and sideline spark.
Well, let's talk steaks. K-State comes in, I would hope, a little hungry. Probably not for toad, but maybe for like chicken or something like that. You can't have any chicken until the next week. We're 2-4 with heartbreaks piling up. 4 losses by a combined 13 points, but it doesn't matter. They're all L's. Last week's gut punch at Baylor, a blocked field goal at the Horn. But this team's got grit, and they're ready to flip the script in front of it is homecoming, man. It's a homecoming crowd. It's going to be a beautiful fall day in Manhattan. If the temperature's in the mid to upper 60s, I would kill for that right now. I live down here in Fort Worth, home of the Trash Can University Horned Frogs, and it's hot. It's just hot all the time. And I'm ready to move north to cooler pastures.
I like the heat. But you said we got grit. I think this is a true test to see if we got grit or not. Because if we just lay down this game, then the season can go snowballing. Yeah. But if we actually, come out with that fire, come out with that grit, go on upward trajectory, get a little redemption. But
I think grit was an acronym on the basketball shirts a year or two ago, I think. Maybe still is, but yeah, need that grit, man. Turnovers could tip the scale. TCU's +4 margin ranks 25th in the FBS. K-State's discipline play, just 32.3 penalty yards per game. That's 10th best. Might keep them in control. That's according to AI, by the way, so it might be off, but sounds pretty accurate.
Yeah, and the Horned Frogs roll in at 4-1, fresh off a 35-21 win over Colorado. Their offense is humming, 311 yards through the air per game, 36.8 points per outing. But their defense, leaking on third downs and vulnerable in the red zone. K-State's red zone offense ranks 23rd nationally, scoring on over 94% of trips. That's a matchup to watch. So, you want to break this down? Breakdown! Segment 1, what Kansas State needs to do to win.
Score more points.
Yes. We are averaging 369.7 yards per game, which is 79th in the FBS.
Those are style points.
27.5 points per game, which is 78th, which our performance last week actually lifted those numbers up because we were in the 90s, I believe.
Oh, congratulations.
Red zone efficiency. Good. 23rd in the FBS.
Yeah.
94.1%.
When we get there.
Mm-hmm. But the problem is getting there.
Yes.
And our penalty is just 32.3 yards per game. So, can we control the clock better. Our time of possession ranks 117th nationally.
Yeah, that's wild considering we had the ball for 17 and a half more minutes than Baylor down there in Waco last weekend. So, yeah, we're at home, so you would expect for us to control the clock just as well as we did last week.
Yeah, I think we need to see that same kind of thing we saw at Baylor for us to get a chance at this game.
Yeah, and do you think Avery's going to push the ball down the field more aggressively with his feet and?
I'm hoping this. Remember, we're talking about there'll be a game where Avery throws for 400.
This is it.
I want it to be this game. It's at home. He just came off 344 yards last week. I think he can do it, man.
I wonder when the last time a Cat quarterback threw for over 400 yards in a game. Would that be Jake Waters' territory?
I have to say it had to be Jake Waters, probably when he threw like 200 some yards to Tyler.
I feel like I'd remember if Will ever got there. So,
Will didn't get there.
400 yards. When was the last time a K-State quarterback threw for 400 yards? That's this week's trivia question, kids.
My guess would be Jake Waters against that OU team. I can't remember which year, but I think Tyler Lockett had like 170 yards rushing that or receiving that game. That'd be my guess.
Yeah, there's some big plays between those two.
All right, can we lean into our red zone efficiency and actually finish drives with touchdowns?
Yeah, we did last week, first drive of the game, right? And Garrett Oakley touchdown to the tight end in the red zone. And, our red zone efficiency is 94.1%, but we settled for a field goal late in the game last week, which really hurt us. And there's some poor clock management there. Of course, we already leaned into that quite a bit. So I think our red zone efficiency is good. And we need more 6s than 3s, obviously.
If we're at the 2-yard line, run.
Yeah, especially
3 times in a row.
Especially if you're coming out of the 2-minute timeout and the other team has 2 timeouts and it's second down.
Draw something for Avery to run the ball.
That's three data points you got to connect there, Matt.
Yeah. Okay. Keys to victory: win the turnover battle.
Yeah,
he is +4 on the season, so that's going to be crucial.
Yeah, of course, always is.
That ranks 25th in the FBS, so we need to turn them over. Avery's got to be careful, not too careful, right? He needs to get out there and
just play hard, man. We're 2-4.
Play hard, yeah. Doesn't matter at this point.
Yeah,
play hard. But running backs probably take care of the ball for sure.
Yeah, definitely. But if you're Avery and you see a free safety or a corner coming at you, let's go ahead and lower the shoulder, man. Get the extra 5 if we can. Especially if it's, between you and the sticks. So, you're right, though. Joe Jackson, if he gets as many carries as he did last week, he's got to take care of the ball. Hopefully Dylan Edwards will get a higher volume and have a better game. Stay tuned. Yeah, we don't have a lot of information about what's going on there, so we just got to watch because we don't know what's happening in the locker room. We don't know what's going on in the mind of Dylan Edwards.
Yeah. I think other things, we got to keep this crowd engaged. If we show out with over 50,000, we got to play for that crowd, man, because there's no reason anybody should really want to come to that game. Obviously,
the weather's going to be great.
So weather's going to be great, and we love our Cats, man, and that should show you enough as a player.
A few cervezas with the homies, and just be casual about your day. You don't need to rush around trying to do this time, that time. Just enjoy it, live in the moment.
Yeah, it should show you enough as a player if we have 50,000 show up that we really care about this team.
I think we should too. We should. Why wouldn't they show up? Beautiful day in Manhattan, right? What else are you going to do in Kansas besides watch the Chiefs?
But that's on Sunday.
Yeah, that's the day after, so no excuses.
All right, segment 2, TCU's threats. So what we are up against. TCU comes in 4-1 and hungry. Let's break down their weapons. 437.2 yards per game, 37th in the FBS. 311 passing yards per game, 12th in the FBS. 36.8 points per game, 28th in the FBS.
Yeah, they compare similarly to Baylor in their approach and their style and their numbers. Josh Hoover, 15 touchdowns, 4 picks, 1,500 yards on the season. And one less game than what Avery's had. And he's got 1,363, so 10 tutties, 2 picks. But we're talking about the backs too. K Barnes is their leading back. He has 37 carries and a touchdown, but only 204 yards. You want to talk about the receivers, or you want me to take that too?
Really quickly on their
Yes,
run
sir.
game, I think it's the same as last week. We shut down their run game. They're going to have to be one-dimensional, and then we're going to need our secondary to step up.
Right. And we should be able to do that at home, I would hope, especially against a running game that doesn't look to be too particularly electric.
Yeah, and then on the other end, right, we just need to establish our identity with our run game. I still don't think we necessarily did that against Baylor. We were kind of just like meh here and there against Baylor, so I think we need to establish that this game.
Yes, sir. And of course, they have a lot of receivers that have put up some big numbers. They have 3 receivers over 300 yards in 5 games. Leading the way is Eric McAllister, 17 catches, 385 yards, and 5 touchdowns. So he doesn't have as many receptions as Jordan Dwyer or Joseph Manjack, the former Texas Tech wide receiver transfer, but he's capitalizing on his receptions, and he did have a long of 70 on one of his touchdown receptions, I'm assuming. He's averaging 22.6. He's their big play threat.
And, I mean, you got to look out for their tight ends as well because their tight ends are averaging 10.6 and 18.
Right.
So that's pretty damn good.
To me, Manjack and Dwyer, especially Manjack, are more possession guys that you're looking to on, out of the slot, maybe on 3rd and shorts or something to move the sticks. So Manjack, I don't think he's going to bust any big plays, but Eric McAllister would be the guy to keep an eye on downfield.
Yeah, and I think Dwyer had most of those yards against one of the more poor teams on their schedule. He had I think 180 in a game.
Yeah, I think he would be their wide receiver 3 probably.
But you're right, similar to Baylor. So defense, secondary has to step up. I think we did a good job executing on defense last week with our linebackers and our D line. And I think the secondary is getting closer, and we're still obviously missing Colby McAllister.
Right. And then one more side note on their rushing attack. They do spread the carries out quite a bit amongst 3 different backs. Barnes battling pain. Barnes has 37 carries again for 204 yards and 1 touchdown. But the guy in the red zone is Trent Battle, and he has 3 tutties, 27 carries, 154. But he's the guy who finishes drives.
And look for Manjack to possibly throw the ball. He's 1 for 1, 100% on the season for 17 yards.
Something about this guy that just rubs me the wrong way. I don't know. Maybe it's the name. Maybe I'm just being a hater because we've lost 4 games.
Their defense allows 380 yards per game. That's 86 in the FBS. They're weak on 3rd down, 116th in the FBS at 44.3% conversion rate allowed. And their red zone defense is 88th in the FBS, 88.2% scoring allowed. So that plays in well with what we want to do and our red zone efficiency.
Yeah, last week we were a little bit under 60%, I think, on 3rd downs. And like you said, a couple more of those, maybe we control the clock for the extra 2 minutes we need to run it out at the end of the game. So we can take advantage of that. They do allow teams to move the sticks at a high rate.
So once again, you're seeing a poor defense, and I think this is going to be pretty synonymous with every team in the Big 12. Poor defense, we're getting back towards that high-powered offense shootouts, where games are going to be in the 30s and 40s most likely.
Or maybe there's not as much depth to go around, and teams got a lot of holes.
Yeah, except for Tech, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. Tech is
Iowa State,
clear front runner, no doubt about it. Looking forward to going that game, by the way, a couple weeks down the road. Tech in Manhattan. Nice. Yep, it'll be a good time.
So what do you think? Can our secondary contain their vertical passing game?
Yeah, let's hope so. We're going to have to. If they don't turn the ball over and we allow them to have big chunk plays and quick touchdowns, and then our offense can't get things going, that's a recipe for disaster. They're going to possess the ball more than us, run many more plays, and then we're going to have trouble even keeping up. But, if we contain that vertical pass game and keep things underneath, bend don't break, and force 2 turnovers, then we'll be right where we were last week, in position to win the game, and maybe a better position because we're at home.
All right. Yeah, I think we should be able to stop them. I don't think they're going to be as explosive as Baylor's. So
like Josh Hoover is as good as Tom Sawyer.
Sawyer Robinson didn't look too great, man. So I don't know.
Yeah, he had some atrocious throws on a few of those incompletions that should have been easy passes and catches.
But I mean, we have Colby McAllister out. It looks like we're gonna have Clemens in the game. What it looks like, even though he went down last game.
Team.
So that's good. I mean, just gives us a little more depth.
Bring some of that poetic justice, Mob D.
So yeah, that's good. I think we can shut them down. I for some reason I feel a lot more comfortable about this game than I did about Baylor, and I felt pretty comfortable about Baylor.
Plus, so. Name of the team, Trash Can University. If you lose to a trash can, then maybe you're garbage.
Will our pass rush disrupt their rhythm early, Dan?
Yeah, let's hope so. I mean, there's been a trend where we just don't have a lot of TFLs and a lot of sacks. So you'd like to see us utilize our defensive line in front a little bit better to find opportunities to tackle ball carriers in the backfield, because that's a big red flag for me up front, that we're just being a little conservative and trying to keep everything up front instead of trying to gamble and hit the edges or hit the...
Yeah, we need more Austin Sami getting around the edge. We need Cheedy to step up, man. Cheedy hasn't been playing as well as we'd expect him to.
Yeah, we're trying to contain quarterbacks in some situations, so you're not getting upfield as much as you'd like. And then, you can't chase quarterbacks down from behind, maybe strip sack opportunities. Those things have all been missing.
And that's another thing that we're doing. We're our personnel, right? We're kind of putting in a bunch of different people at too many different times, and then we're switching from the 4-2 to the 3-3 stack.
No momentum.
Which I think that is fine, right? In the right scenarios. But you need consistency, man. You need to
players need to know what to expect. And it just feels like we're grasping at straws. Like, you go in, all right, you get to play, all right, he's tired.
And right. And also, when you're a player, you're sitting there and you, like Austin Sami, you're not getting into any rhythm, right?
Or you make a great play on offense and you go to the sideline. Why? Keep going.
These guys need to get into a rhythm for sure, so that they could execute and figure out the flaws of maybe the right tackle or the offensive line, figure out those flaws and then play into them throughout the game. But we're not doing that this year.
No,
too many guys.
Not halfway through anyway. But segment 3, the big mystery.
Dylan Edwards.
Yep.
He's been the X factor the whole year, but he's been a mystery.
And by X, we mean like a variable in math class. When they start putting the letters in there, not numbers, it's just, what are we doing? Is this English or math? So, the X factor, that's Dante Hall. Dylan Edwards is a different person. In 5 games, he's had 472 rushing yards, but about
that's
third to a half of those, or that's wrong. But
472.
Most of those are in one game.
He's had 205.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. This is what we get for trusting these robots, man. But, he's had most of his yards in one game, and we don't know why his volume of carries is so helter-skelter and why his volume of actual plays on the field has been up and down. And, not on the injury report. Sometimes he is, sometimes he's not. There's something sinister happening, I feel like. But it's all speculation because nobody's talking about it.
Yeah. So, and AI is asking, can we get him 20 touches in this game?
We're not.
Well, I mean,
we're just not touching the ball 20 times.
Against UCF, he had 19.
I will take the under.
UCF, he had 19.
In his best game, he had 19 at home. So, yeah, I'm going to bet 85 tractors on the under on that one.
Yeah, he had 10. He had 10 last game, but we want to see him have 15. I think I wish I knew. I wish I knew, right? But you just got to give him the starting touches. You got to be consistent with him early in the game. But last game, it's just like, oh, we're playing Joe Jackson because Dylan is limited.
Because it's his birthday, man.
How did Dylan become limited? How does that happen? And I'm looking at the injury report, and this injury report came out on the 6th.
Okay.
So
that was Monday.
Monday, no
Dylan
fun. Edwards, questionable.
Everybody's questionable all the time.
But this is that's official report, right? So
we're all officially questionable.
I'm just trying to figure out in what world can you rush for 166 yards and then get another 10 carries against Baylor, and then you're all of a sudden questionable again. Like, what kind of injury is this?
I don't know. It's a big question. It's a question. Expectations, Edward needs to be the engine. I mean, obviously, come back home. He needs to be on the front of the cat train, not the caboose. There was never a caboose on the cat train. Yeah, because it's always unfinished business. All aboard! R.I.P. Ozzy.
R.I.P. Pizzle.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Numero cuatro.
Hopefully he's in the game. If he's not, please just give Devon Rice carries. A lot of carries. What I want. Please. We have nothing to lose anymore.
I feel like
nothing to lose.
You maybe bet on him every week.
And that's I can't. Why you're always talking about can't him. Bet on him. He's not in any of the books.
But you do anyway. One of your bookies from back in the day who's still doing things underground, like that show. Bookie. It's a good one. If you haven't seen Bookie, man, what is that on? Max?
I don't know.
That's a good one. Maybe Apple TV Plus.
Nonsense.
Yeah, Bookie, man. It's a good show. Check it out.
All right. Segment 4, keep the faith. Why this game still matters. So K-State is
all the games matter.
4, but don't count us out. Yeah. Anything can happen this year. Big 12 standing snapshot. We're 1-2 in the conference. TCU is 1-1. Everybody's going to beat each other up in this conference. We have the 4 losses by a combined 13 points, but you could switch that to we could be 1-5 right now and lose to North Dakota. Everybody's talking about it. Whatever. We could be 1-5. Doesn't matter. We're 0-0 going into this game.
Oh, we're doing the one game mantra. That's
always
exciting. Yeah,
always.
That gets me fired up. Not in a good way.
Win the damn game. Win every play. This week in practice. Get fired up. Chirping each other's ear. Get better. Improve. Do whatever you need to do, man. Let's get some redemption. Let's beat Trash Can University. I don't like them.
No, stinky, smelly, horny toads.
So, can we still make a bowl push with a win here?
Well, that puts us at 3-4 going into KU week out there in Lawrence. I'm sure they're going to be fired up for that game. But if we can win these next 2, then we're back in the mix for a bowl game. But in my mind, I know other people care, but I don't care about the Texas Bowl. Who cares?
You were talking about the Liberty Bowl. Texas Bowl is better than the Liberty Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you get bored and you just don't have anything else to do and you just go. But how many times we've been to these bowl games and they don't matter. And the only thing these bowl games have done the last couple of years is get our hopes up a little bit that we're actually decent. I mean, at the end of last season, what do we go? 1-4 to finish out the year. And that one win was 2-5, something like that. I don't know, 2-4. But you win the Rate Bowl after you had a terrible November. Again, you barely beat Rutgers, a terrible Rutgers team. Congratulations, I guess. Now we're ranked 17. Why? We lost at Houston. Arizona State came and beat us in our own house, and it just snowballed quick. I don't think we had earned that 17 ranking.
Well,
and clearly we're not 17. Not even close.
If it makes you feel better when you actually look at a lot of these other teams, there's a lot of bad programs in this country. And I understand why Kleiman says it's hard to win 8 games. And it's good that our program is consistent, right, with 8 wins because there are a lot worse programs that are very bad. Yeah, very bad.
You don't need to state the obvious in your pressers, though. Yeah. Just try to explain your life away. Nobody wants to hear that after a tough loss. Just take accountability, say we're going to move on to the next game. We'll learn from this and move on. But, too often I just feel like he's trying to explain things away and he just keeps talking and talking and talking. The more he talks, the more frustrated people get.
So how does this game set the tone for the second half of the season?
Well, if you win it, you're 1-0 in the second half of the season. If you lose it, you're not.
I think with a win, right, and then going into KU on a win and then hopefully extending the streak. Yeah. That sets up for actually a pretty big game in the Bill against Texas Tech. And that's in the future. We just got to win these games now.
But I hope we can get past TCU because I think our whole season hinges on that KU game on the road the week after.
Yeah, so I think this game is extremely important for us, right? I think we can start to turn things around here if we get a win, because the kids are going to get up for the KU game.
Yeah, no doubt. But so is KU, and they're in that half-built, brand-new stadium.
And then
they're going to be pumped. And if we end up falling to them and going 2-6, it's a loss. It's a completely lost season, and it's time to probably make wholesale changes.
But when we get there, right, we'll start discussing some of that. But I also think, if it could go the complete other way because Chris Kleiman is weird and baffling like that, right? Win the next two, and then he plays so great against these top 10 teams. Texas Tech coming to town, and then
no complaints about that. Beating OU a few times and beating, Oklahoma State when they were ranked in the top 10, even though they probably shouldn't have been.
And we do have a streak against Texas Tech as well. I think we've won like 9 straight against them as well.
I think they beat us once in the last 15 years.
Yeah. So it's we still have time to turn things around here and salvage some of this season, which I'm still excited to watch football. But
yeah, definitely.
I love football, but and I love football too because I think it's going to be a crazy year this year. So I just want to see that chaos, and so that's kind of keeping my hopes up.
Well, we're going to get to the degenerate part of things here in a minute, and one of the reasons why we need to be good is so that we can have more prop bets to available for us in these states that don't allow us to gamble our hard-earned money away the right way. So, but before we get there, we're going to go to the injury report. Are we ready for this?
Yeah, it says Lincoln Cure's out, but from what I'm seeing, he's not out. There's gonna be like an official one tomorrow. I'm on covers.com. So we'll see the real official one tomorrow. Obviously, Colby McAllister's still out. That's huge for us. I just want to know what's going on with him because he is a huge piece of that defense. He's had a lot of experience playing back there behind some of those other guys. Nornberg looks like he's going to be questionable, which Ontario Elston Jr., 6-string running back, taking returns. He's looked a little slow out there. Moyes, questionable. Jace Brown, obviously going to play. Dylan Edwards has the ankle issue. He's expected to play, but listed as questionable as far as we know. Jaron Bradley only had a few snaps last game, which is another kind of like mystery, right?
WTF.
You have a guy that's healthy, that's playing, but you don't put him in the game when he was our leading receiver before his injury.
Yeah, no fun zone in zone.
Weird. But other than that, George Fitzpatrick, man, I just hope he's doing all right.
Old Georgia. Old Georgia.
But you like we're talking, man, if some of these guys get healthy and they're big time players for our defense and for our offense, you could legitimately see this season turn around. But if we come out and we just shite the bed on Saturday, then
it'll be the last sellout for a while.
You could see
the bed on Saturday.
You could see things snowball. But it looked like the kids had grit going into that Baylor game, so I don't think Avery is going to let them do that. And I think Kleiman actually does get the kids like in a decent place mentally.
Hey, man, they're going through some adversity like we all do, and 20 years down the line, some of these kids are going to realize why this is happening to them because they'll be able to use the lessons that they are learning right now, and they will be able to leverage those to make better decisions in the future.
Agreed.
Yep. It's gonna
Are you ready for?
Man, there will be more tough times.
Are you ready? Yeah, there will be much more tough times. I
should be able to get them easier.
In my eyes, I think you should be happy to be playing football every single week.
Oh yeah. Because especially in beautiful Manhattan.
Once you get past college football and you don't get to the NFL, man, it's work. Work. I would love to be playing soccer every day for my living.
Yeah, no doubt. Some of these kids make more money in 1 year than I do my entire 22-year career, man.
Yeah.
So congrats, man, and enjoy it while it lasts. But with that money comes incredible criticism. So you have to be able to handle it, and you're learning how to at this point. That's good. That's going to pay dividends. Yeah. Are we ready to go to the degenerates?
Ding, 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 ding.
Ding, 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 ding.
The button.
Come on. That's the video craps at the Casino. You guys know what we're talking about. Degenerates.
All right. So I've got right now with AI, TCU favored by 1.5, the over under 58.5 points.
Yep.
But on DraftKings,
yes, sir,
we've got
DK
230. Let me get there. 230. We've got, negative 1.5, but the over under is 55.5 points. I'm going to go with the over. Shootout.
Watch this line move from -1.5 TCU to like pick them, because all the Cat fans are putting their tractors on this game and moving the money. But I'm gonna go over. No reason not to. We did last week and hit, and it was higher than 58.5. So yeah, I expect a lot of points in this game, especially with the good weather. And I have what was the wind blowing at on Saturday? Is it going to be?
You said gusty? It was like 9.
Yeah, so pretty fair weather, man. And speaking of fair weather, a few fair weather fans won't show up probably. But yeah, I'm going over, and I'm not going to bet against the Cats, so I'll be part of that. The reason this gets closer to pick them by kickoff, I bet.
And I think we have been seeing some slight improvements throughout the season. Obviously not in the Arizona game, but the past 2 games, I think we've seen those slight improvements. And I think the one thing we need to get, tight and buckled down is the play calling from Matt Wells. So I think if he can just have a good game, play calling.
Come on, Matty.
Right, then
Matty
should be good, right? We don't need the package of Barnett and Avery. It'd be nice to see, but not on the second drive of the game, and maybe throw in something a little different so they know we're not running the ball. But it'd be nice to see like second down on our own, like 40, 2nd and 6, 2nd and 5, where you're not really, maybe 2nd and 4, you're not really risking a lot. What's going to be the impact of the homecoming crowd noise, dude?
I don't know. I imagine there's going to be a lot of people with very high BACs in the stands.
Oh yeah,
it's because it's getting to that part of the season where you're 2-4, and it's kind of like you're in an episode. You're in the movie The Waterboy or something. And you're just kind of up there talking about Joe Montana. So try not to pack too much in the parking lot, and stay somewhat sober. Mix in a water every now and then, Cat fans, because there's nothing fun about drinking until you puke. And then waking up the next day with a massive headache. So try to avoid that at all costs. That would be my advice. Pace yourself, but try to catch that perfect lavender buzz.
Yeah, we got Avery at negative 104 for 240 passing yards. So I think I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that over, and I'm gonna If he's at 1.5 passing touchdowns, I want to take that over as well. I mean, he's our whole team.
I'm taking the yards, not the touchdowns. So he threw up for over 300 down Baylor last week.
The touchdowns.
Why would Yale do that at home this week?
The touchdowns are a little sketchy because I think
could get a lot on the ground.
He could. He should have had a second touchdown on the ground on Saturday, but he tripped. He stripped. He tripped. He was under duress.
He was under duress. He stripped. Yeah, Avery, keep the clothes on, bro. It's craziness, man. You're going to get on a list.
So I'd look to take Avery Johnson.
Right.
Probably rushing touchdown and over passing yards and over rushing yards as well, if you could just stack that. Because he's basically been our whole team.
I think Prize Picks is letting you stack, but we'll see how many props are available for this mid-tier matchup at 2:30 on Fox on Saturday. Hey, that is nice, though. I mean, that's Fox showing respect to us. I know this game was the time slot was decided a couple weeks ago, but they're coming to Manhattan for a reason, because they know there's going to be butts in the seats, and there's going to be a little bit of passion and not a lot of apathy like there is down south at some of these stadiums. So shout out Fox for showing up at 2:30 for a 2-4 team playing against TCU's 4-1. But let's be honest, I don't think they're top tier Big 12 right now.
No. So what's your prediction to wrap this up?
Oh, let me think here. It's going to come to me in about 5 seconds. Kansas State will win on Saturday in the castle known as Bill Snyder Family Stadium by a final score of, drum roll please, 33-29.
I'm going blowout, 45-28.
Ooh, 45 points.
Trash Can University.
What's our high point
Johnson,
this season?
400 yards passing.
It's the most points we scored in a game this.
Ours?
Yes, sir.
Last game.
And that was?
What, we had 34?
Yeah. I don't know if we're going to get past that.
45.
35 would be nice.
45. It's all going to come together.
It's going to be 9-6 with 3 Louis Rodriguez field goals.
Jesus, please no. I want to have a good Saturday, not a boring Saturday.
We want points.
Yeah.
We're 2-4. Who cares?
Everybody scored a bunch of points.
All the overs. All of them.
45-42 I would take.
Line up your tractors, man. We're going to put one over here on that one over here on that 3-banger, one over here on that 4-banger.
8 points.
Yeah, boost that 30%. Let's go.
So, all right.
Anyway, let's finish it up. You take the outro.
We'll be in the stands. No, we won't be in the stands.
Hey, you'll be in the stands.
You'll be in the stands.
Maybe. I ain't going to be there. I'll be right back here on this couch.
Yes, you'll be in the stands this Saturday.
Yeah.
If you... What?
Yeah, if you see... If you see Robert, say what's up. Yeah, say what's up to him, man. We got shout-outs and giveaways. Are we ready to roll on that?
No.
No, we're not.
This game is about heart.
Yeah.
It's about grit.
No shout-outs.
It's about showing the Big 12 that Kansas State doesn't back down.
We don't.
Let's bring the fire. I don't know what this last part is.
Let's finna-finesse. That's crypto language. That's some kind of bot language, man. Go Cats! Yeah, let's get this dub. Rawr. It's gonna be a good weekend on Saturday. Bye.
Check you later, kitties.
See ya next time.